Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I've got a really severe affliction right now going on, and so maybe it'll help to talk about it. I don't know. I've got one of the worst earworms I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
It won't stop.
So you're going to spread it
haunting me. So,
okay.
yeah, I'm going to spread it to you. Yeah, you know the song by Sergio Mendes, Never Gonna Let You Go?
Yes.
1983.
Never gonna let you go.
Oh, my gosh.
Gonna hold you in my arms forever.
I don't know. It will not leave me. It will not leave me. I wake up at 2 in the morning with it. If I wake up at 7 in the morning like I did Sunday, it's with me at 7 in the morning. It doesn't matter. Day, night, driving, working. That song is continually in my head. Can't. So if anybody knows any cures, I would appreciate hearing about it.
I think talking it through helps.
Does it help?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Because now you've given that to us.
Right.
And so for the next 3 weeks, 4 months, whatever, we'll be cursing you when we hear that in our heads.
And you're welcome. You're welcome.
When does it start becoming like a serious issue? Because I heard like earworms can get you go like in the nut house.
Yes. Yes. And it's been 5 days of this. So I think I'm close to being institutionalized. Yeah, very close.
Oh, no.
Very close. Oh, it's agonizing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you got it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I watched this guy on YouTube, Rick Beato. Have you ever heard him?
I love that guy.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah. I'm the one who turned you on him.
I love him.
Yeah, I told you about him. He brings the guitarist in, and plays songs. And
he's like a producer, music producer. He plays music. I mean, the guy can hear something and play it almost simultaneously.
Incredible.
He's great. And I really love his YouTube channel. And he talks to interesting music people. And it's just interesting.
The thing that's so great about him is that he's so humble. And he had this one thing where he got, I don't know, they were playing, somebody came into the studio and was trying to play a song. I forget what it was, man. But it had this very intrinsic keyboard part. And somebody said, actually, you're going to want to, do this key or whatever. And so Rick said it was completely out of character, but I responded with, it wasn't the easiest thing for him to do, blah, blah, blah. You think you could do better or something like that? And he's like, I felt like a jerk when I sent it. Anyway, and it turned out that he was communicating with the guy who actually wrote that keyboard part. And he's like,
oh, wow.
Actually, yeah, I guess I could maybe do it a little bit better. It was very funny. He's such a great... What is the name of his site, his channel again? It's not his name, is it? Rick. It's Rick Beto. So it's, right?
Beato.
Beato, B-E-A-T-O.
T-O, yeah.
It's such a great follow on
I think he's got like 4.5 million subscribers.
Oh,
so
yeah, it's big. It's a pretty big channel.
It is just his name, Rick Beato.
Yeah.
Love that guy. He's so great.
Yeah, he's awesome. And so he was doing, one of his videos popped up on my feed because I subscribed.
Yeah.
And it was the most complex pop song of all time or something. And it was...
I'm never gonna let you go. Gonna hold you in my arms forever.
Wait, this song is complex? Wow. See, I know nothing about music theory while I play the guitar. I don't know theory at all. At all. I don't read or write music. So... for him to show how many chord changes there were and how complex it was fascinating. Not enough to stick in my head for 5 days.
I'm going to tweet out, if y'all want to watch this later, I'm going to tweet out his video. I admit it, I got owned, and it was from the 20 greatest keyboard intros of all time.
Cool.
And he's just so great at what he does.
Yeah, he really is.
And Pat, I don't want to scare you, but according to this, anything more than 24 hours requires a medical advice.
What? And what kind of advice can they give you? They're going to scrape my brain?
Now, here's a question, because I don't know the answer to this. Is your earworm causing you distress and interfering with your daily life?
Yes.
Oh, crap. It could be a sign of more serious issues, according to this.
Really?
Now, if you
Good.
go,
Well, thank you.
If you go to the doctor,
Comforting.
they might diagnose you with stuck song syndrome.
Stuck song?
Stuck song syndrome.
Yes.
Wow. All right.
So that's because the earworm becomes a musical obsession.
Wow. All
And
right.
it can lead to compulsive behavior.
Wait.
So I'm sorry to give you the diagnosis like this.
Can you imagine anybody going to the doctor and say, I've got a song stuck in my head. Can you help me?
Is that even covered in your insurance?
Is that a thing? Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. All right. 888-900-3393. Just on some really tragic news. Here's the latest on Hurricane Helene. 133 people have died. 133. 600 are still missing. 5 bridges on I-40 near the Tennessee-North Carolina border completely gone, as are multiple towns. Entire communities have just been wiped off the map. And so Mercury One has started flying supplies into the region. You can go to mercury1.org if you can help out.
Yeah, they were already shipping stuff up there yesterday with Representative Corey Mills. Oh, look. Oh, we got video of this. I didn't realize. Awesome. Okay. So they had it in there. I mean, people are saying that there were bodies in the trees.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, can you imagine this?
That just shows you how high the floodwaters were, I guess.
And then we have this photo here. This is a tragic last photo. A woman took from a rooftop with her parents and her 6-year-old daughter. This was the last picture that was taken. And so what happened was, can we put the picture up, please? Look at that, though. There's your donations at work. Thank you so much for sending everything. So what happens is, just after this picture is taken, the roof collapses.
No.
And so the grandparents and the 6-year-old daughter die. And the only reason that the mom survived is because the debris, she was trapped. She couldn't move, and so she didn't fall into the house when the roof collapsed like everyone else. I mean, it's absolutely mind-blowing what is happening with this disaster. One of the worst disasters in American history. And just please pray for those people up there or down there. And
if you can help, please donate to mercury1.org. Mercury1.org. 100% of the money that you donate goes to this cause, goes to help people in need.
Yeah, and don't count on the government for anything, because Steve Baker tweeted out last night. Here's his tweet. In case you think FEMA and the feds are going to do their jobs adequately during this time of extreme need, there are environmental justice concerns.
Yeah, we were going to talk about that.
Oh, my gosh.
Incredible.
Yep.
An incredible list of priorities from FEMA.
And you're not one of them.
No, not at all.
I mean,
not at all.
Definitely if
your life is not a priority to them.
No, it is not.
I'm just looking for the list that I had. Okay, so here's what is the priority. Goal number 1 on FEMA's website. This isn't speculation. This is what they list on their website. Goal 1, instill equity as a foundation of emergency management.
Wow.
Oh, what? Goal 2, lead whole of community in climate resistance or resilience. And goal 3, promote and sustain a ready FEMA and prepared nation. So equity is their first goal. That's their main priority.
Yeah.
So unless there's an equitable number of blacks, Hispanics, Asians, women, and members of the LGBTQIA2 plus community on board your rescue boat, don't even approach the house.
It's not a Babylon Bee article that you're reading. I mean, this is the policy of this administration. I mean, this is through those 2 executive orders, 12898 and 14096, requiring each federal agency to identify, analyze, and address federal activities to avoid adverse environmental and human health effects, including cumulative impacts already experienced by communities with environmental justice concerns, regardless of income, race, color, national origin, tribal affiliation, or disability. This was an all-hands email that went out last night to FEMA employees, basically saying, environmental justice is our number one goal here.
So I'm sure if somebody's on top of the roof, like this poor woman and her family were, and they see a boat coming toward them with a disproportionate number of white men, I'll bet you they're going to start shooting at that boat. They don't want anything to do with you. You know?
They won't be allowed in the boat. Did you see they were white?
Yeah, right. Wow.
They've already experienced all the goodness of their white privilege and economic advantages of being white. So sorry, this boat's got to go to the next. Got to get down to the tribe over here. Our bad.
Well, people were celebrating online of death in people in North Carolina because, according to them, it was MAGA country.
Oh, I saw that. I saw the crazy lady doing where she says, I bet it washed out a bunch of racists. Screw you. How do you share a country with these people?
Yes.
Despicable. Just absolutely despicable.
That's disgusting.
Wow. And then this was supposed to be the tolerant group of people, weren't they? The inclusive group. That's amazing how just hate-filled they've become.
Yeah. And
does the right ever do this? Do we ever say, New York deserved it? I don't think so.
I don't think we do.
California, you deserve that earthquake.
We would call
never
out anybody on our side that did.
The only thing I could think of is like when, I don't know, Hamas dies. We're like,
that's
go
different.
Get them. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah. This is an interesting tweet yesterday from Julia E. She said, not to be political right now, but we are completely dependent on our gas stove these last few days without power. And I can't help thinking about how Kamala has been trying to ban them and how hosed we would be without it.
Yeah. Something to think about. So, I mean, millions of people are without power right now. But just know that FEMA's priority is equity.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. You got that going for you. That can be comforting as you go through these days and weeks and months of recovery. Here's Joe Biden on the disaster that just happened.
I expect to be there. Excuse me, I have a cold. I expect to be there later this week.
Is he alive?
I and my team are in constant contact with the governors, mayors, and local leaders. The head of FEMA, Deanne Griswold, is on the ground now in North Carolina. She's going to stay in Asheville and Appalachia region for the foreseeable future. There's been reports of over...
Is he sleeping during this press conference? Did we wake him up? I mean, it just... What kind of... This is so bizarre.
And when will he visit the disaster areas?
I also want you to know, I'm committed to traveling to the impacted areas as soon as possible. But I've been told that it would be disruptive if I did it right now. We will not do that at the risk of diverting or delaying any of the response assets needed to deal with this crisis. My first responsibility is to get all the help needed to those impacted areas. I expect to be there.
Okay.
Excuse me, I have a cold.
Oh,
I
it's the
expect
same
to be
thing.
there later this week.
Okay.
I and my team are in constant contact with the governors.
Did he say it twice, or are we just...
No, I think it must have just been a longer version.
He was asked about his weekend. How'd that
Why
go?
weren't you and Vice President Harris here in Washington commanding this weekend?
Oh, what a good idea. What a good
I was
question.
on the phone for at least 2 hours yesterday,
Yeah.
the day before as well.
Yeah.
I command, it's called a telephone.
Is it-
all my security people.
Is it not important for the country to see?
Bye-bye.
It's called a telephone, Jack. That's all I expected to hear Jack in there.
Jeez.
Leadership right there.
That's our commander-in-chief, yeah.
It's called a telephone.
Yeah. You have a lot of confidence in that guy? Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
To poop his pants? Yes.
All right, let me share some incredible news with you about the Blaze and new Blaze Unlimited possibilities for you. Contrary to popular belief, people are still passionate about reading, especially when it comes to meaningful content. That's why we're launching a premium quarterly magazine called Frontier.
Wow.
Look at this thing.
Is nice.
Yeah, it's really, this is a high quality.
What do you call this kind of paper? Like
special VIP paper.
top of the line?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's thick and awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful inside, too. The pictures, the photographs, the articles. It's really good stuff. It's packed with thoughtful commentary from people you know, like Glenn Beck, for instance. Striking photography, original journalism. It showcases the voices of those who refuse to back down. The inaugural issue features contributions from notable writers like Matt Taibbi, Chris Rufo, Mark Levin, and, of course, Glenn. This magazine isn't just a publication. It's a bold statement, and that's just the start. With our new Blaze Unlimited membership, we send you out one of these really cool cards with it.
Where's the expose on the off-air life of Jeff Fisher? I'm looking for that.
That's the next.
That's the next.
That's next.
What do you got over there? What was that rattling there? That sounds like
this
fun.
This is the beautiful Blaze card.
Yeah, that's for bragging rights.
Oh, that's like a collector's item right there.
Oh, yes. And you get VIP access to events, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, members-only merchandise.
And you get to direct
input on future projects.
Wow. Okay.
And as a founding member, you get this unlimited edition card. Behind-the-scenes content. Chris just outlined a lot of the stuff you get. The future of Blaze Media. This is your opportunity to actively defend free speech and the American way of life. So if you're ready to join the fight, visit blazeunlimited.com/Pat. blazeunlimited.com/Pat and get your spot. Limited spots are available. So let's stand together and keep the spirit of America alive.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
So Biden wasn't done with his busy day yesterday. He was awesome. He was asked at one point during the course of the day. I can't believe he fielded this many questions, but he was asked about Israel.
And another issue on the other side of the world in the Middle East.
I'm going to stick with this.
Oh. What's that?
I'm going to stick with this subject, but go ahead.
You thought he was launching a limited operation into Lebanon. Are you aware of that? Are you comfortable with their plan?
I'm more aware than you might know, and I'm comfortable with them stopping. We should have a ceasefire now. Thank you.
There you go. So he did cover so much ground.
It was powerful. I'm aware more than you know, and they need to stop and listen to what I have to say, because I'm really the ruler, of their sovereign nation thing.
You're really the ruler of their sovereign nation.
Yeah.
Which nation is that? What do you think? Is pop quiz for Joe Biden.
Afghanistan.
Who are you the president of? What country?
President of Afghanistan.
Well, you do right by them, so yes,
right.
That checks out.
So Israel invaded Lebanon. They entered southern Lebanon as part of their ground assault yesterday, and they're trying to wipe out Hezbollah as well as Hamas. And shortly after, Arabic media like Al Jazeera, MTV Lebanon, who knew there was MTV Lebanon, claimed that IDF tanks had entered multiple villages in southern Lebanon. There's an MTV Lebanon?
And if they play music videos there, I'm going to be pissed.
Right.
It's been over 20 years since we had music videos on music television.
Wow. They forgot why they even started that stupid channel.
What's the M stand for? Ask kids that these days.
Yeah.
MTV Lebanon.
Media TV.
Yeah.
Memorial TV. It's a memorial to music videos.
Wait, hold on. It's not MTV. No, never mind.
No, it's not MTV?
I mean...
Lebanon?
Yes, but it's not...
Oh, it's not music television. What is it?
I don't know.
You don't know what it stands for?
But I'm going to their site. It looks like a news site.
That's weird that they just throw that into the article. MTV Lebanon with no explanation. Of course, I would think it's music television Lebanon.
Kurt Loder reporting from the front lines. Look him up, kids.
So definitely they're not playing music.
Apparently not.
Let me go to their little Twitter thing here. Yeah, if you go to @MTV Lebanon, I don't know. Yeah, it's a Voice of Freedom.
Okay, so you're not going to get your money for nothing or your chicks for free at MTV Lebanon.
I don't know.
Sorry to disappoint.
I don't know. I'm scrolling through some of their stories.
Yeah.
And some of the thumbnails are celebrities. Hell, I don't know, Pat. Maybe it is. I mean, celebrities that I recognize. So it's like, okay. Maybe it.
Well, maybe.
I swear.
Maybe. We don't know. It's like the metric system. There's no way to tell what MTV Lebanon is.
Yeah, it could be. Holy crap.
All right. 888-900-3393. Alejandro Mayorkas was asked about cell service in North Carolina. Here's what
that's a problem.
he had to say.
I want to read to you something that the mayor of Canton, North Carolina said, talking about the frustration that a lot of people feel about the lack of communication. Here's what he said. It is unacceptable and disgusting that in our time of need, cellular service for the entire region is blocked out. There's no excuse for that. I mean, we knew the storm was coming. I can't believe this is a normalcy. Is this a systemic problem? Is this something that is going to be more and more normal as we see more and more devastating storms? What do you say to people who are desperate to find out whether people they love are still alive?
I well understand the concerns expressed. These are people in the midst of a tragic hurricane. That is precisely why we and others have been deploying communications resources to ensure that communication is reinstated as quickly as possible. The reality is that the severity and frequency of extreme weather events are only increasing.
So all he does is promote climate change garbage from the impeached Alejandro Mayorkas. Unreal.
Yep.
Did you find out about MTV Lebanon?
Oh, I'm glad you're curious, because I did. So if you go to MTV Lebanon, or it's mtv.com/LB, and it looks like just a news site, right? But if you go to their Twitter page, it's like celebrity news, and there's the MTV logo, you see.
So it is.
But it is MTV.
It is MTV.
But what it is just a news site. It's a very strict, whatever. I don't know.
I mean, it hasn't been music television in this country either for a long time.
But if you go to their website, it's like going to CNN.com. There's nothing on here about
interesting.
Vote for your favorite music video of 2024. It's so weird.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump arrived yesterday in Georgia.
Mr. President, what do you think of Governor Kemp's response to the storm?
Hello, everybody.
Mr. President, what do you think of Governor Kemp's response to the storm here in Georgia?
The governor's doing a very good job. He's having a hard time getting the president on the phone. I guess they're not being responsive. The federal government is not being responsive, but they're having a very hard time getting the president on the phone. He won't get on, and of course the vice president, she's out someplace campaigning, looking for money. So they have to be focused over here. It's too big. This is a really bad one, and the governor's doing a good job, but he's having a hard time getting the president on the phone. They're being very non-responsive. We're also going to be we're talking with North Carolina. We're trying to get them hooked up with communication. They're totally closed right now. North Carolina has really been hit hard. Yeah. Really, really been hit hard. The hardest. And you can't even get in there right now. And there are a lot of people that have been injured or worse. Very bad. North Carolina. We're working with the people in North Carolina now to get them hooked up for communication. And in the meantime, we're at Valdosta, and we're with the mayor and Congressman and everybody else. We've brought a lot of supplies. We're with Franklin Graham,
who looks just like his dad now.
Sure does.
There's nobody better. He does with Samaritan's Purse. He's done an unbelievable job. And how is it going, Frank? There's no
100,000 volunteers. Wow.
So Franklin needs a lot of volunteers. And I know he'll get him. He's done an incredible job in these instances. And this looks like a bad one, really, compared to the worst we've seen in years. The worst we've seen in years. So if anybody...
I mean, that's right up there where Billy Graham lives. Does Franklin Graham live right up there, too?
He needs volunteers.
Western North Carolina? Anyway, I don't think we...
Did you reach out to President Biden about federal relief efforts?
No, I haven't reached out to him, no.
Wow.
Well, he just told us he was on the phone, so... You know, it's like, it's called a phone, Jack. Sorry, I'm adding Jack for emphasis. This is from my buddy in Asheville that I've referred to here in the last couple of days. I was asking him, what's the latest up there? He says it's going to be a long haul. Power won't be on for a while. A few stores and gas stations are operable. Long lines at all. Think Venezuela with rednecks and hippies. I mean, that is Asheville, right? But someone was shot at a gas station. Someone pulled a gun at the grocery store. Might have been the same guy. We don't know. They're next to each other. And then he just talked about how people are missing, turning up dead. One major highway into town because they're cut off to the east by a rock slide, cut off from the west by a landslide, cut off from the north from a bridge collapse. The only way into Asheville at this moment is from the south. It is devastating.
And then to answer to your question, Keith, Franklin lives in Boone,
North Carolina. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, that was
outside of the Asheville, North Carolina.
Sure.
Mountains.
Yeah, we saw videos of the Walmart there. That water was up to people's knees throughout the whole store. I mean, this is it's
a tragedy,
landscape changing,
it's a catastrophe. Yeah. So here's Trump on Elon Musk and Starlink in the Southeast.
Yeah.
Homes, hospitals, highways, and cars have been plunged underwater. Entire neighborhoods have been turned into lakes. Nobody's seen anything like it. And to every family that's been displaced here in Georgia and North Carolina, which has really been hit. We were going there also, and they don't have communication. They don't have anything right now. We're trying to. I just spoke to Elon. I'm getting him. We want to get Starlink hooked up because they have no communication whatsoever. And Elon will always come through. We know that. And so we're working on that, getting them hooked up. They asked me whether or not that would be possible. We're going to try and get the Starlink in there as soon as possible because they have no communication. And throughout the region, our hearts are with you, and we are going to be with you as long as you need. It's called an hour of need. You're in our prayers, and we pray to God, and throughout the long weeks that lay ahead, you're going to have a lot of work, but the end result is it's going to be good. We just wish so many people weren't so badly hurt, and in many cases, sadly, no longer with us.
And then you contrast that with Biden talking about, we're going to go down there sometime. It's just but we don't want to do it now. Well, yeah, right. And that's all sheer consideration for the population there, right? You just don't want to get in the way.
They don't want to be a distraction, like he said.
Is Trump in the way? I don't think people would consider him to be. I really don't. He's there talking about how bad it is and trying to fire up people to send help, to be helpful, to get volunteers going.
And I don't know if he's up north just yet. Up in the center of it, but at least he's out there,
right?
With Franklin Graham.
He's in North Carolina or Georgia.
Yeah, it's
Georgia,
quite a distance from.
Yeah, but still, he's down in that region.
He's showing that he cares by telling people, "Hey, we need some help here," as opposed to, "I got a phone."
He's gone to a place where he won't be in the way.
Right. That's fair.
But he has let you know that he's concerned and wants to help.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he launched a GoFundMe page. It's, I believe $1.4 million already.
Wow.
For all the victims.
Oh, great. Okay. Now, how hard would that have been? Well, I didn't see all of Biden's yesterday. I'm sure Biden did a great job of promoting where to donate, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes. He put it on Threads. He put it on Instagram. He full social media bliss.
Man. Meanwhile, Trump met with victims.
Doesn't look like he's in the way there.
No.
Goodness.
Jeez, look at the rubble. Wow. Meanwhile, what was Joe Biden doing at the same time?
Oh.
And I'm honored to welcome 400 athletes from Team USA Today here at the Capitol.
Okay.
And they're not at the Capitol.
Can he not say USA? Team USA. It's not that tough.
Ugh, wow.
Yeah, and they weren't at the Capitol either.
Nope.
White House.
Nope.
Don't tell him that. Just let him.
Yeah, let him believe it. Yeah. That's fine. Whatever. Just go back to Delaware, okay? You're not helping. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Mindy tweets. I saw on Facebook somewhere that they need water filtration systems like the backpacks used when hiking because cases of water just aren't enough. Jimmy Dimples, instill equity. So, in other words, FEMA is going to make sure everything in the wake of the Hurricane Helene is equally sucky. Yes, that's what they'll do. Lone Wolf 2965, what I'm hearing you say is that FEMA has outlived its usefulness and needs to be defunded.
Oh, you could say that about pretty much any federal agency.
Phil Sharp, Kamala is so inept, she has no idea how good the optics would have looked if she'd left the campaign trail to go to Washington, D.C. to monitor Hurricane Helene. Pace Shock, please tell me the New Frontier magazine does not feature Glenn Beck in a centerfold picture wearing only a cowboy hat and boots. No, thankfully.
I got some cattle I'm driving to
the town.
Fortunately,
Fortunately, no.
Find out.
No. And from Dr. Free Range Prisoner, Pat, you sound a little upset. Maybe you need somebody to hold you in their arms forever.
Oh, no.
Just for you. Oh, man.
Come on
now. Now, I've heard various theories on how to cure earworms like that. Like listening to the song that's in your head over and over and over, supposedly, I don't know, satisfies whatever need to hear it there is.
And you've done that, I guess?
I've done that. I've tried other songs. I've tried everything I could think of. It's time for the loony bin now, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I think that's where we're at.
I think that's where we are.
Somebody suggested on Twitter that something about the theme to Indiana Jones is catchy enough, but doesn't. I don't know if it's some scientific thing where it won't get stuck in your head.
Really?
It'll get whatever out. So.
Okay. All right. And there's no words to it, so maybe that helps. I don't know. My wife hates getting things stuck in her head so much that she'll only listen to instrumentals now. She won't listen to music with words.
Oh, that has to be fun.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's great.
Cool.
Great. Driving around with her listening to one instrumental song after another. And I love instrumentals.
You do?
Like nobody's
So are we talking about like on hold music?
Yeah, or, you know.
That's
like
enraging,
Beethoven,
Because
Mozart.
when you're on hold with a company and they put that on hold music
yeah, but that's usually horrifically bad.
Right. It makes it worse.
Oh, it
Because
does.
now it's on a loop.
It does.
I'm enraged more.
And when you're on hold with a company that puts you on hold like that, so much so that they have to have a song that goes, and a lot of them use the same one, and it just repeats over and over.
Yep.
Just give me silence over that.
Right.
I'd rather hear nothing than that track over and over and over. It's like the MIDI music from the early days of the internet.
Oh, those were good days.
Oh, good
You
times.
don't get them back.
Good times.
Right?
Yeah, right. All right, here's something we hope is going to go a long way. Representative James Comer has subpoenaed DHS for records relating to Tim Walz's alleged ties to the Chinese Communist Party. Now, we've talked many times about the fact that he's got incredible ties to China. He loves China. He loves their economy. He loves the country. He's been there 30 times, right? Isn't that what we heard?
Over 30 times.
That's what we
Over
heard.
30 times, including his honeymoon, wasn't it?
Yeah. He
and his wife?
Yeah.
Went to China
I'd have to see that.
on their honeymoon. And they've been back many, many, many times since. He speaks Chinese. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that necessarily, but there are some red flags here, for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But the subpoena comes after a whistleblower notified the committee of the existence of a non-classified Microsoft Teams group chat among DHS employees, as well as additional intelligence reports that allegedly contain information regarding Walz's alleged connections to the CCP, Chinese Communist Party. The committee has recently received whistleblower disclosures informing the committee of serious concern among Democrat or Department of Homeland Security personnel regarding a long-standing connection between the CCP and Minnesota Governor Timothy James Walz.
Who could have seen this coming?
Wow. Everyone? Only everyone. Comer is also subpoenaing all intelligence information reports and regional intelligence notes from November 2023 to the present related to Walz. Last month, Comer revealed that Walz has engaged and partnered with Chinese entities, making him susceptible to the CCP's strategy of elite capture, which seeks to co-opt influential figures in elite political, cultural, and academic circles to influence the United States to the benefit of the communist regime and the detriment of Americans.
Yeah, Dustin Grage, who writes for Town Hall, we just retweeted under Pat Unleashed. I mean, it is a thread about all of the connections between Tim Walz and the Chinese Communist Party. You have to absorb this thread. I mean, it gets so detailed on everything about this guy, including this. Listen to this. Tim Walz pushed for a bias registry in Minnesota. What could have gotten you put on this bias registry? Claiming that COVID was made in a lab in Wuhan, China.
Oh, man.
And then he puts a video.
What an outrageous claim that is.
Right. He posts a video of the floor debate there in Minnesota. Walz even appointed a commissioner with a malpropaganda poster displayed in their home. Officials who oversee the largest untapped copper-nickel reserves in the world. You don't think China wants a piece of Minnesota? And he's got the picture inside this home. And I'm looking right at it, and you'll find it on this tweet thread at Pat Unleashed of Mao and of I almost said Hugo Chavez, of what's his name? Che Guevara. I mean, this goes on and on. When Republicans proposed a ban on slave trade operations, it was turned down by Tim Walz's DFL legislature. All while we have the ability to mine more copper nickel than anyone in the world right here in Minnesota. Another win for China. And it goes on and on and on in this thread at Pat Unleashed on Twitter if you want to go and check out all of the connections between Walz and China.
Don't ever shy away from our progressive values. One person's socialism is another person's neighborliness.
And there's that. This guy is a disaster waiting to happen to America. He and Kamala Harris
has to be a big part of this debate tonight, Pat.
Yeah, absolutely. I really hope J.D. Vance destroys this guy in this debate because it needs to happen. I don't know how important the vice presidential debate is. Does that really change anybody's mind? I don't know. But maybe if you see what a Marxist this guy is, maybe that makes a difference. I don't know.
Man, if they really go down the rabbit hole here. But if Kamala Harris were to, God forbid, become the president of the United States,
yes,
she's going to have to be a little bit wary of what China wants to do to her to get Walz in there, their little puppet. Saying.
So Kamala, was this yesterday when she was on the podcast, the All the Smoke podcast?
All the Smoke podcast.
All the Smoke podcast.
All I know is I made the mistake of stepping away from my email for just a short amount of time yesterday.
I apologize for that.
The next thing I know, I've got every single sentence uttered in the, what's it called?
All the Smoke
podcast from one Chris Cruz, who apparently watched this for us.
Yeah, I'm a fan of All the Smoke podcast.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
So we got lots from her.
But you were a fan of what she had to say yesterday on the All the Smoke podcast?
I was sitting on the edge of my chair.
All right.
Because I wanted to know.
I'm sure Pat heads all over the world are on the edge of their chairs right now.
Good.
To check out what Kamala had to say on the All the Smoke podcast. But we'll get to that in 1 minute. We got massive tax hikes proposed by Kamala. And almost 40% top income tax rate, 7% increase to the corporate tax, capital gains tax on unrealized gains, and of course the fact that she's proposing to add almost $2 trillion to a current $2 trillion deficit. So you might be thinking, wow, it's really time to make more of your savings your tax-sheltered and inflation-sheltered savings. This is where I trust the good people at Birch Gold Group to help. Birch Gold will assist you in converting an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. And the best news is you don't have to pay a penny out of pocket to do that. Just text the word PAT to 989898 and you'll get a free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just information on fortifying your savings before the crazy really hits the fan. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of happy customers, you can trust Birch Gold, too. I know I do. Text PAT to the number 989898 and get your free info kit today.
And now, Pat Gray returns.
So, Chris, since you're such a fan of the All the Smoke podcast,
okay,
maybe you can walk us through, I don't know, just a little background on the podcast itself.
It's hosted by two black guys.
Okay. Wow, that's in depth. You really took a deep dive there into it.
Where are you going to get coverage like this?
Two black guys sitting in a living room. How much more do you need? One likes to wear a Louis Vuitton suit.
Okay.
The other one is more casual.
Okay. Are they smoking?
No smoking.
No smoking on All the Smoke? Huh. All right.
I mean, it says all the smoke.
All right. That's weird.
So most of the smoke.
But here was Kamala on taking it to the streets.
Okay. I do believe there is no significant progress that we've made in our country without the people often taking to the streets. Going way back to the Civil Rights Act, to the Voting Rights Act.
Taking it to the streets.
I mean, what's happening now in the streets on choice, to what happened around George Floyd's murder, and moving forward an agenda that's about that. I mean, you could just go through just the different levels of progress that we've had.
That sounds like
often
progress.
has taken people taking to the streets.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Boy.
Okay.
No, so hold on. Can we play chess on that guy's jacket? Does he need? Can you put the first frame up of that first video? Because I want to play. All of a sudden, I'm wondering, can we just lay his coat down?
Oh, heck yeah.
Play a game of checkers or something there?
Yes, we can.
Or we could just, you know what? If NASCAR runs out of checkered flags, they could just wave that guy's coat at the finish line.
No, we just wave him.
Wave him?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I get distracted there.
What an awful outfit that is.
It's a Louis Vuitton. What are you talking about?
I mean, so ugly. I don't care how much it cost. I don't care who designed it. It's terrible.
Even at Michael Irvin's worst outfit, entering the stadium on game day, doesn't look that bad.
No, that's bad.
He's a sharp dresser compared to.
Dude, come on, come on. I know it's different. I know it's hip. I know it's ugly. Okay, that's what I know. It's ugly. It should not be worn by a human being.
Maybe he's an alien.
Here's Kamala on the George Floyd Act.
I helped write the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act when I was in the United States Senate. People by the hundreds of thousands.
Oh, the guy that overdosed to death? I remember him.
Rightly. Out of pain, out of knowledge, out of commitment, that we need to take seriously what we got to do to deal with this system. And so we couldn't get enough votes to pass it, but we got it that far that we wrote it up.
Okay.
And we got it as far as so that under our administration, the president was able to sign an executive order that put a lot of what we put in the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act into an executive order. So at least for federal law enforcement, we're now dealing with no-knock warrants. We're now talking about a national database for police officers who have committed misconduct.
Oh, good. Okay, great. Has anybody noticed the fact that she doesn't really show up on anything where a mass audience is going to hear her or see her? Really, this is your big... And she can now say, I've been on all kinds of interviews, one-on-one, or two-on-one even, like the All the Smoke podcast.
And what do you want? It's All the Smoke. What do you...
I mean, is this a huge podcast that I'm just not aware of, but most people definitely are?
I don't think so, Pat Gray.
She's in their living room. She traveled somewhere to be on the All the Smoke podcast.
Where are they based out of? Maybe that's what she's doing out in Las Vegas and L.A. when she's not raising money from celebrities.
I don't know, but that's incredible. If she gets away with this, where she's really kind of hiding on the edges, and then she can say, no, I've done lots of interviews. I did all the smoke. I did that MSNBC thing.
It worked for Joe Biden. I mean, when you got the fix in.
Yeah, it did. So he was fine from his basement, and I guess she's going to be fine on the periphery, too, with these interviews. Plus, she repeated a fabulous line that some people think is worn out. I think this is fresh as a daisy.
Like, don't hear that. Don't hear that. I eat no for breakfast.
She eats no for breakfast.
That's my saying.
Well, I think, too,
I eat no for breakfast.
Wait, hold on. What did he do? He went, like, he doesn't even think it's...
Like, don't hear that. Don't hear that. I eat no for breakfast. That's my saying. I eat no for breakfast.
He's thinking, man, you suck. Thanks for coming. Yeah, California's where they're at. Yep.
Yeah, they're in California.
That makes sense. That's where she is.
Oh, was she asked about her economic plan?
Yeah,
Can't wait to hear about the middle-class family she's from.
Oh, yeah.
Going from a show to a whole entire company, what is your economic plan moving forward for people who are living paycheck to paycheck and struggling for groceries and rent and homeowners?
So, look, I grew up
in a middle class
family? My sister and I were raised by our mother. We lived for a long time in an apartment on top of a
What does this have to do with anything? So
that
what?
That child care center was actually owned by a woman who lived 2 doors down from us, Mrs. Shelton, who was by all
Just
of
answer
our
the question.
accounts and
Stop
feelings,
beating around
our
the
second
bush.
mother. She helped
Stop
raise
it.
us. And so she was a small business owner.
I can't take it.
So I'll start with the small business and congratulations on what you guys have done. I, from a child, knew who our small business owners are, right? I mean, you're business leaders, but you're also civic leaders. You take seriously your voice and how you can mentor, how you can
Don't let her get away with this, boys. Don't do it.
Communities and the
Don't
sense
let her.
of communities. I love our small businesses. And so a lot of my
What
work
does this have to do with
in
anything?
terms of building and growing the economy
She's
has
done this
focused
with
on small
every time
business.
she's asked her plan.
Every single time.
How is her brain like making that connection?
Increase opportunity for all, including small business owners. So a lot of my work, even in the Senate, was about increasing access to capital through our small
Just
businesses.
answer the question.
And in
For the
particular
love
for
of heaven, what are you going to
community
do for people?
banks. So I've been responsible for billions of dollars.
Pause it for
more
a second.
now going-
I thought that we were supposed to look to the future unburdened by the past. That's all you talk about is the past. And how you come from a small middle-class family or whatever your garbage is that you're trying to spew here. That nobody cares about, nobody believes, and it's not true. Wow, every single time she's asked about an economic plan to help people, that's where she goes.
All the Smoke is the 325th most downloaded podcast.
Ah, there you go.
There you go.
No wonder.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And thanks for joining us. A few tweets here. Rick Engelke. Doesn't this kind of remind you of the Hawaii FEMA being a disaster there also? A little bit. From Gen X Kid. Those of us in western North Carolina without cell service or the internet who are now using cash to purchase what limited items are available are wondering, how much worse would this situation be with a CBDC?
Oh, yeah.
Asking for a friend.
That is, I mean, and we saw that.
That's a good point.
Yeah. We played the video, I think it was in overtime a couple weeks ago, about in China where they had a disaster similar to this. And they have digital currency only, and they had no electricity.
Yeah.
And they couldn't do anything.
So then what do you do? Everything shuts down.
Holy crap.
Wow. Carolina Bulldog, I'm old enough to remember how the left mistreated Bush during Katrina. They were ready to crucify him by this time in that catastrophe.
Yep.
Remember that? Jeffy's illegal wife tweets, I see Kami Law is wearing her $67,000 necklace on the Smoke video. Oh.
Oh, is she wearing her earrings too, where she gets all the...
Gets the answers from somebody else.
Everyone has been going back and finding old pictures where she's only wearing those earrings.
I want to see the necklace,
cartoon
too.
Character.
Is that a $67,000 necklace?
I've seen people refer to the cost of this. Can we put a picture of her wearing this necklace up there?
Yeah, just
while we're talking about it?
Mm-hmm. That would be helpful.
All right, there it
perhaps.
is. Look at there.
There it is.
Huh. I'm not paying $67,000 for that.
No.
I mean, but that's just me.
From Squatching Duck, Tim Tom sounds awfully Manchurian. Doesn't he, though? Doesn't he? Not a commie tweets, is it true that not all dumbasses are Democrats, but all Democrats are dumbasses?
That works. That works.
KJP's blinker fluid. I'd rather listen to the horrible hold music than deal with an automated system and its endless loops that get you nowhere and then hangs up on you. Oh my gosh, I get so enraged when you're on hold for 37 minutes and then all of a sudden the line goes dead. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to control myself. Yes, I know what you're saying. I've been having some battle royales with customer service on the phone lately. Just a streak that will not end. Yes.
Speaking of, you know what I'm saying, what is the deal with football players and that phrase? I mean, doesn't matter. Black, white, brown, yellow. They all do that at the end of every sentence. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
Yeah. Just so that you don't waste any more time asking me that question, just assume the answer is yes. I know what you're saying. You know, unless you're diving deeply into a discussion of complex quadratic equations or you're launching into an explanation of quantum mechanics. Then maybe I don't know what you're saying, but short of that, I'm probably with you. I think I can keep up with I'm fired up and ready for this game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do. I got it. Thank you.
Bothering you, huh?
It is.
Wow.
It's just so irritating to me. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll usually throw in right at the end, too. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Kamala does that a lot.
Yeah, Kamala does do that.
She does
right all the time. All the time.
I mean, it was a team effort. You know, we came out there ready to play today.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
You know, the guys really came together and
you know what I'm saying?
United effort.
They came together. You know what I'm saying? We really, I mean, really, it's not just the offense. It's offense, defense, special teams. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, and on a sad sports note, did you see that Pete Rose died yesterday?
Yes.
83.
Yeah, that's really sad.
83.
A lot of deaths have been happening, man. My goodness. In fact, we have. Did we mention Chris Christopherson?
Yeah, we mentioned him yesterday.
That was an overtime, yeah.
Yeah. So Chris Christopherson, James Earl Jones, Pete Rose. And what a tragedy that he was kept out of the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Agreed.
All these years.
Wow.
The most hits by any player in baseball history. He had a .303 lifetime batting average. He went to 17 All-Star games. He won the MVP award in, 1973 or something. He had 3 World Series titles, but he gambled. So, sorry.
Hold on a second.
We're not going to recognize your incredible career.
Do we have proof that he gambled against his team, the Cincinnati Reds?
You know, I think he gambled on the Reds.
On the Reds.
But I think it was always for the Reds.
Okay,
I
so
think.
then, and I love how professional sports are built around legalized gambling now, but yet Pete Rose is still like, no,
but sorry,
get out of here.
We're not going to consider it ever during the course of his life. Like 40-some years he went without being considered for the Hall of Fame. That's madness.
But if the proof exists that he gambled against his team, then let's release it. And let's put this thing to bed.
In fact, I think there's proof he didn't.
Yeah.
So,
also in the sports world yesterday, at 58 years old, Dikembe Mutombo, a great humanitarian.
What did he die of? Being tall?
Being tall. Brain cancer that he's had he's been battling it for 2 years now.
Oh, jeez.
We have
Oh, Maggie Smith died?
Maggie Smith died, yeah.
Professor McGonagall from Harry Potter. You know her from that.
Or Grandmama on Downton Abbey. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes.
Plus, she was in Peter Pan with Robin Williams. She was the grandma there.
So-
Mary.
And also, you've got the 23-year-old Shelby Danielle, who just died from I've seen a brain aneurysm. I don't know this for a fact, but she apparently was a big star in track and field. And then you've got the Tony Award-winning actor, 48-year-old guy, Gavin Creel, who just passed away from an advanced cancer that he had for just 2 months, I think I saw.
Oh, man.
And it was this rare, very aggressive form of cancer. A lot of people dying young, and you hate to see this.
Yeah, you do. It's really sad.
Becoming a common theme.
Meanwhile, Jimmy Carter turned 173 years old.
No.
173.
No, check your math. No, check your math.
173.
173
Isn't that like
years
the oldest former president?
He's
to
one
be
of the
alive?
older former presidents.
Yeah. No, he has the record now.
But do we know that he's alive, or is he like?
Nah, the rumor is that he's alive. He's just as alive as
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
So now the last milestone for
so he's 100 today.
100 years.
100 years old.
And he actually got a greeting from. You're right, guys. He doesn't hold the record. Joe Biden does. So Joe Biden recorded some message for him, and that was cute. But the other milestone that, remember Jimmy Carter, according to his grandson, who I swear has no job, no life,
No, he
nothing.
doesn't.
He sits around, he's like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, Granddad just burped. I got to call the press. I mean, it's just like Jason Carter, settle down.
Calm down.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So, according to the family, Jimmy is excited for October 15th. Which is,
Why is that?
2 weeks from today, so that he can cast his vote on an absentee ballot for Kamala Harris. I say if he does vote for her and he croaks before November 5th, we track that ballot down and throw it away.
Of course he's going to vote for the Democrat nominee, though. I mean...
Well, yeah, he's constantly... See, Jimmy Carter has lived long enough to experience life not as our worst president. He is so far down the list now. He's looking up at Biden and Obama and God forbid Kamala. I mean, he's got some distance between him and the top. So he can. Jimmy, it's okay, man.
I would even make a case for a lot of his predecessors, like LBJ.
Yep.
Beneath him. And so is Woodrow Wilson. So is FDR. Those people are worse than he was. I mean, he was just inept. They actually were doing destruction.
Yeah.
Of this country.
That Keith guy, man, he would probably say Abraham Lincoln, but
probably Southerner.
What a jerk.
Yep. All right. Meanwhile, back to the present terrible potential presidents. Kamala recalls Joe Biden, the Joe Biden call back in July.
Is this more All in Smoke or Up in Smoke or what the hell's it called?
All the Smoke
All
podcast.
the Smoke podcast. And it went a little something
from the
like
time
this.
that the president called me and told me he wasn't running, I mean, it just like everything was in speedy motion. And I was not sleeping so well. And that one morning, I had, I don't know, a few hours sleep, and I like to sleep. I just got up, and so I just went out and got a pork roast and started marinating.
See, time to work. Get to your happy place.
And my family happened to be in town, so they were very happy about the whole situation. But I just got up and started, everybody's asleep, I just got up and started cooking.
What?
Do you believe that?
Hold on.
Do you
No,
believe that?
I don't.
You don't love her now?
No.
After she's so
After the pork roast thing? No.
folksy and
No.
just like you?
No way she had a pork roast ready to be marinated. I'm so sorry.
No way.
No way.
No, she didn't. No, she went out. She said she went out and got one.
But she said
In
she
the
couldn't
middle of the
sleep.
night?
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, so like 1 in the
So
morning.
Walmart. She went to Walmart.
And you're
got
buying a pork roast.
She's just
at
like
1 a.m.
us. Guys, she's just like us.
Okay.
okay.
You're right then.
Sorry.
If she's like me, then she didn't do that because I have never gotten up in the middle of the night to start marinating a pork roast.
Pork roast.
I like my sleep.
Oh, man. So inauthentic, so fakey and phony. It's amazing to watch it every day, isn't it? And are people being taken in by this?
I don't think
Please
so.
tell me they're not.
I don't think so because there's a clip later on.
Oh, gosh, there's more up in smoke? Or
Even the
else?
hosts, I believe, are tired of her.
Oh, really?
And they had to cut to make it look like they were enjoying themselves talking to her.
Wow. So is it the road trip snack?
Oh,
is that the clip?
No, that's not it.
Where do they finally snack? We'll get to it. But first, let's do the road trip snack.
Road trip snack.
One of my guilty pleasures, especially when I'm on the road, are my Doritos.
Oh, what flavor?
Oh, yeah.
Nacho.
Nacho.
Old school, original.
OG.
Come on.
Yeah. OG.
Come on.
Red bag.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
Red bag.
That's exactly. Got to have a napkin nearby. Right?
Oh my gosh! Hold on,
So-
hold on! No! Hold on. To buttress your point, Chris, play that again, Joe.
Yes.
Just play it and watch the guy in the checkers.
checkers.
The whole time.
Watch-
Just watch
yes,
his face.
just watch
his
him.
face, start to finish.
One of my guilty pleasures, especially when I'm on the road, are my Doritos.
Oh, what flavor?
Nacho. Old school, original.
OG.
Come on.
I roll.
Come on.
Distance
Yeah,
there.
no, that's exactly right.
then it comes back at the end.
Got to have a napkin nearby.
Hold on, watch him at the end.
Yeah.
He's looking up like, dear Lord, is this over? You're right.
Oh, they were so done with her. Especially Checkers guy.
Checkers.
Louis Vuitton, he's like, dude, get me out of here.
Out of here.
I mean, they understand how fake and phony she is.
Yes.
They get it. And they're experiencing it in real time. Here she is talking about her first date with Doug.
Dougie.
Here's the thing that was actually really funny in retrospect. I get in the car and he says, I just need to tell you something. And I'm like, okay, what's this going to be? And he said, I'm a really bad driver.
Give you the heads up, huh?
Again, Checkers guy is
Yeah,
done.
Mr. Versace or whatever that is.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. He's not
He's
enjoying
done.
this.
He checked out.
Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, I'm
She
done
is
with
just
you.
like us, y'all.
Where's Donald Trump? Please
Yes.
put him in that
At
chair.
least I could call him a racist and get some clicks.
Wow. Now, Kamala, on building wealth. This is
We're-
phenomenal.
It's about intergenerational wealth. Because see, here's how I feel about the economy and the economy I want to
Middle
grow.
class kid.
Yeah.
We have, for over the last 4 years, reduced black unemployment to the lowest it has been in decades. Okay? That
Well,
is
that's
an
not true.
accomplishment.
Yep.
However, I believe, need to measure our success not just only about everybody's working, but can you build wealth?
Can you start saving?
Can you start saving? Can you buy a home? Can you start saving to take your family on vacation from time to time? Can you save enough so that Christmas time for you and your children is not stressful, but something enjoyable, right? And so it's about, yes, we
Right.
got to make sure
You know what
that
I'm saying?
we have high employment, but also that we create opportunities for people to build wealth.
Get ahead.
Part of my plan is also to expand the child tax credit.
Oh,
$6,000 in the first.
$6,000.
Blah, blah.
Okay.
Redistribution, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
Man, she's good, though.
Oh,
She's one of
man.
us.
She's just,
she's just
like us.
And like I said, this is, I believe, the moment where Checkers just
checks out,
gave up.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh.
So.
Ad liberties.
Because we don't want to miss any more of her lies.
Oh,
right?
Pat,
We
these
don't
are
want to
not
miss them.
lies.
Don't
These
want
are
to miss
like
them.
enlightenment.
Jeez. Did you see that Ohio's governor, Mike DeWine, was confronting Trump lies? What was the lie that he was talking about from Trump? It's so irritating to me because here you are, a Republican, going out of your way to criticize Trump for something he said while ignoring the cascade, the parade of lies that come out of her stupid mouth every single day, every time she opens her mouth. I mean, where's that discussion, Mike DeWine? No troops in harm's way? No troops in combat areas? Don't worry about that. She inherited the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. That's what she was babbling about the other day. When Trump left office, even with the pandemic raging, the rate was 6.7% unemployment. 6.7%. That does not get anywhere near the Great Depression. Trump is responsible for Project 25. We keep hearing that. He's going to sign a national abortion bill. She claims to be tough on the border. She claims she fixed the economy. I mean, what kind of stance does she actually have on guns? Because now she's saying she loves them and she's a gun owner. When before she was saying she was going to ban them and confiscate them. She was going to ban fracking. Now she's all about fracking. Why don't you talk about some of those things? These Republicans, supposed Republicans, who are conservative, and they're just too conservative to vote for Donald Trump. Are you kidding me? It's absolute madness. It really is insane. And now, hopefully, we're going to find out more on her running mate, Tim Walz's communist connections in China. Let's hope that comes to fruition here. Meantime, let's talk about a realtor. If you're buying or selling your home, you need somebody who can get you through that process and help you get the most money for your home that you possibly can. It's a really volatile time in the housing market. You know, things are up, things are down. Who knows what's going on in your market? But you need a realtor who really understands what buyers are looking for and what is going to be really valuable and you get your money back from when you do some remodeling. If you're going to, make some repairs or do some remodeling, you need a great realtor to tell you what you should be doing and what you don't need to do. Save you a whole bunch of money. Real Estate Agents I Trust. That's where you can find the best agent in your area. These agents have been closely vetted by Glenn's team. This is his company. And his team makes sure that they find the best realtors in every market. If they can't find a great one in a certain city, we just don't have one in that area. But there's something like 1,500 of them nationwide. So chances are good that you can find a great one by going to Real Estate Agents I Trust. Plus, it's a free service we provide to you. We just get you together with the agent, and then hopefully you have a great experience from then on. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. Real Estate Agents I Trust.
Join the conversation online at Pat Unleashed. Pat Gray will return after this.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. You know, it's October 1st already. We're into October now. Wow. So, we got some new cookies from Kexi Cookies, including the Witch's Brew.
Yes.
This thing is phenomenal.
Are those marshmallows or white chocolate chips?
White chocolate chips.
Oh, whoa.
Delicious. This is our newest version of the butterbeer cookie.
Oh, yes.
The Harry Potter thing.
Cookie, yes.
So good. It's packed with butterscotch chips inside and then the white chocolate chips on the outside. Oh, you haven't lived until you put this in your mouth.
Well, can I have one?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I believe you can. And then we got the Texas sheet cake in this particular. It's one of my favorites of all time. And then the other one, that's Witch's Brew. And this is Witch's Brew. Okay. And this is Witch's Brew. What an unusual. Oh, the peanut butter pieces. This is filled with Reese's Pieces.
What do you mean you're not a fan?
You don't like peanut butter?
You know what? Test out your pitching arm.
He's not American.
No, he's not.
Just a brand new American.
Test out that pitching arm here.
All right. You want that one?
And also I'll take the white chocolate chip one.
And there's that.
With that.
All
Which is okay, cool.
And the good thing about these, while they taste like they've got thousands of calories each, they're completely calorie-free.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I heard from somebody. I don't know.
Oh, that's what you heard.
I heard
okay.
That's what I heard.
You
know what I'm saying?
Okay. You know?
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Right. Okay. So Kexi.com. Kexi. Kexi.com. I almost guarantee you won't be disappointed.
And the pumpkin bread is coming back this month, right?
It is.
Okay, so be ready for that one too.
Be ready for that.
Okay.
That hasn't dropped yet, but it will soon.
Oh, I'm so excited about that one.
In the Blaze TV chat, a space oddity tweeted out about all the smoke guys. Yeah. I guess they're former NBA players.
Yeah.
Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson.
Matt Barnes, Steven
Should have
Jackson.
recognized them.
Okay. Well, it's tough.
I'm such an NBA fan.
Because when you're in the NBA, like you wear the helmet and stuff and you don't recognize faces. So that's why we were thrown off.
The elbow pads, knee pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff.
So you can't
All
recognize
right, so what's
them
this
at
clip
all.
about, Chris? You wanted to really
so the
point out?
last clip is where she's introducing a new accent, and I believe checker's flag. It's done, and they tried to splice the clip to make him look like he's having fun in the podcast.
Okay.
An incredible family and incredible friends. My best friend from kindergarten is still one of my best friends.
That's crazy.
Right? Stacey Johnson.
Yeah. That's dope.
A little quick
we
edit
used to
there.
go to the clubs and her Father Seville.
Go back to the beginning of that. And watch his expression change because they edited.
My best friend
Yes,
from
they did.
kindergarten is still one of my best
Here it
friends.
comes. Look at he's
Right?
irritated, and then he's smiling and laughing. Look at that!
We used to go to the clubs and her Father Seville.
He was so done with this interview.
He was done. I don't want to hear this garbage.
Dude.
Wow.
It's bad.
That was like
It was night
ninth grade
and day.
media productions
Yes.
bad.
Yep.
You can't hide that.
So, this whole time.
They tried, though.
They tried.
They tried to.
Yeah, they tried,
This entire time, Pat and I had no idea that you were going to culminate with this clip. We could just see how disinterested he was.
Yes.
I didn't know you had a clip of an edit showing.
Yes.
No, I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
Right. That's amazing. Wow.
Talk about propaganda right there.
Yep.
I love it.
And I know later we have another clip of Chameleon. He is also upset at the Kamala.
Of Chameleon?
Yeah, Chameleon, Charlamagne, Carmelane.
Oh, my goodness.
Who are we talking about here?
Carmelane, the god?
Brother, I don't know. Okay? That's where I'm at.
The black guy from Breakfast Club.
Okay, Charlamagne the God.
Charlamagne. You're talking about Charlamagne?
No, Chameleon.
Chameleon? Okay. All right.
Oh,
I
my.
really hate you guys.
I don't know how
we
we
got 30
rescue-
seconds left on
How
this
did we
segment.
rescue that from Chameleon?
I don't know. But, when DeSantis was running, and he used to call him DeSantis all the time. At first, I didn't know who he was talking about. It was so foreign to me. DeSantis. Who is the... Oh, are you trying to say DeSantis? Is that what you're...
DeSantis.
Uh-huh. Okay.
My goodness. How do you make it in the world?
No, you know what? I don't. With friends like you, I don't.
More coming up. Hang on.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yeah! Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Kamala was on with the All the Smoke podcast. That's a podcast, of course, that nobody ever misses, right? Because we all love the All the Smoke podcast. And then she was also, was this the same day?
So she's on, no, you're talking about the picture here?
Yeah, the picture where she's on the phone with Charlamagne.
No.
No.
She's on the phone, and she's, keeping tabs on all the stuff that's going on there in North Carolina and Georgia.
Okay, right,
now,
right,
do we
right.
have, hold on, is it cropped this tightly? Okay. So basically, Donald Trump, among others, called her out on social media, saying usually when you're on the phone, it's helpful to have the earbud plugged into it. As you can see,
it's not plugged in.
It's not plugged in. She got the earbud dangling down, and she's hard at work for the American people.
Yeah.
But
And last time I checked, the pages may be blanked. There's nothing written on them.
Oh, good.
So,
hold on a second.
Again, another phony, fakey piece of propaganda from them.
Let me just zoom
That's
in
great.
here. Chris, you may be 100%
I think you're right.
correct. Holy crap.
Thank you, but the internet was the one that...
Yeah, they're blank. They're completely...
They're completely... They look like white
Totally
sheets.
blank.
Or as Pathead Rita Richards tweeted out, just because you change the clown doesn't change the circus. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, because whether it's Biden or Kamala, It is a circus for sure.
And then tell us about the Charlamagne clip here.
The Charlamagne clip is them discussing the football during the football game. They saw a Trump ad, and Charlamagne says this is the most effective line from Trump.
No. All right.
I'll tell you what, that ad they was running during the football games this weekend claiming the vice president supports funding gender transition surgeries for all prison inmates and migrants in the U.S., that was nuts. I don't know if it was...
I wouldn't say nuts, but that was crazy.
That was funny.
I don't know if it was the backdrop of football, but when you hear the narrator say Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners, that one line, I was like, hell no, I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to that.
I definitely see that.
That ad was effective.
Kamala took a picture with a transgender. And it was this what they were saying, that it made it seem like Kamala supports transgender sex changes in jail with our money. That's what it came across.
Is that what they're saying?
That's what
they're saying.
It literally said that Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners, and it talks about how she supports funding gender transition surgeries for all prison inmates and migrants in the United States. That ad was impactful. It was. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn.
Was it because it was during football?
Yes.
I think it was because it was during football.
But then last week, like the contrast of it.
Yes.
But then last week they had the same thing running on Tim Walsh and said he likes tampons in boys' bathrooms.
I would not have paid that. I don't think I would have paid that commercial no attention if it was any other time. But when you're watching football and you just what the hell? In between big commercials, they give you this?
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I saw that commercial too. That was effective because it included the chick saying, "Are you talking about in prisons?" And so it added that extra little layer of, wow, this is completely absurd. That was a good ad. He's right. And so thanks for that clip, Chris.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
But where's the Chameleon clip you promised us?
That's coming up later. The Chameleon
overtime.
Yeah, overtime. Yeah, Chameleon.
Right. So we got Charlamagne out of the way, but Chameleon is still coming
overtime.
up.
I don't want to get sued. So Chameleon is for